Your grandmother wants you to know that people see you as the standard, and they don't want you to be the standard. They want these people that are trying to start issues with you or doing really weird things. They want you to look at them. They like attention more than they let on, and you are doing better in life than you let on. So they're wanting to get your attention, like, look at what I got. Look at my prize. Look at my trophy. And you're like, why would I look at your trophy? Why would I look at your whatever you think you got going on when I'm the prize? And I don't give an F about you or anything that you do. Because guess what? I don't think about you at all. Riddle me what? I have a very special message. Try to reel in your giggles for a minute or 5 while I read the channeled message. But your grandmother is coming through to tell you, you need to channel your father. Your father could have passed on, and I'm hearing stunting like your daddy. So whenever your father was emanating main character energy, it was giving celebrity status. Your father could have been very charming, charismatic, really good with people, but maybe he suffered from depression or mental health issues or other substance issues or PTSD. Whoever your father was to you, your grandmother wants you to know that the people that she has been warning you about, they might need a reminder this week because they are trying to play on your timeline. They are trying to play in your face. So you need to stunt like your daddy because you got people wanting to flex hard. So try not to laugh as they're doing this because you're like, are they delusional? Did they hit their head? Like, what is actually going on? Is something wrong with them? Your grandmother is coming through and says, pull from your father's confidence in his best era. So I want to know in the comments, what celebrity would you compare your father to when he was at his best, when he was at his most confident? I would say my father that has passed on, I would compare him to Wesley Snipes, Arsenio Hall, and sprinkle on some Clint Eastwood. Because he had so many different styles. He was very charismatic, even though he went through a lot of depression. He was always the life of the party. If you are very tight-lipped about your finances, but you're out here looking fly as hell, you probably get that from your daddy. There is greatness in your DNA. Okay? Did your daddy dress well? That's one thing. Like, my dad could look really good in, like, a jumpsuit, really good in a regular suit, or really good in just like Wranglers and cowboy boots. They feel like you have more than you actually talk about. I mean, I don't feel like you talk about your finances at all, but people are catching on that you're glowing. Things that you're doing are hitting different. You're walking different. It seems like you're accumulating more. So this is giving creeper stalker vibes. People are watching you at the grocery store. They're watching what's coming to your door, like your delivery, your packages. They're watching what you're coming in and out with, or they're just watching you at the store. People are watching you in public. And your acquaintances specifically are going to be getting audacity that seems odd. Like, what? I know you guys will let me know in the comments what the frick that is. You just want to bop them on the head. Your grandmother is warning to not go down too hard of a rabbit hole, because when some of these people do these things, it could make you spiral. It could make you crash out because you don't like dealing with the disrespect. You don't like when people are trying to get in your business. You don't like that at all. And she doesn't want you to spiral for hours on it. Like, who do they think they are? She wants you to tighten up. Tighten up how you deal with people. As maybe because you've been in hermit mode so much, you're like, I don't really have to talk to people. I don't really have to deal with people. But the people are coming out of the woodworks. They're coming out of the woodworks. And now you're getting pissed. Like, they thought that they could do that to me? Riddle me what? They thought they could do that to me? I'm sorry, what? So your grandmother said, tighten up, because she doesn't want you reminiscing on some effery. And being like 20/20 hindsight. Oh, I wish I should have said this. I could have said that. Oh, if they come back, I'm going to do this. It's take care of it now. right now. Remember, a lot of us are hotheads in recovery and people pleasers in recovery. And we need to remind these people, just like our daddy would, do you think for 2 seconds that these people would cross your father? I'll wait. My father was not the one. So I'm getting that your father was probably not the one. Even on his worst day, not the one. Why? It's giving devil energy. It's trying to come in and make you go berserk so you miss the train of big happy changes, and we ain't got time for that. So if we tighten up and we get stricter on how we let people approach us and saying and bopping it down the first time, we gotta cinch it up. You know what I'm saying? So don't get too angry by how they're trying you. Don't get distracted because it will zap you energetically. So your grandmother is trying to say right now, it is easy for you to get zapped energetically because there's a lot of hype around what you've been working on. There's a lot of excitement around what you've been working on. And so anything from any direction could be really negative and it could just take you down and you're like, why am I so tired? Why do I need a nap? Why did I waste a whole day off? And it's because of this energy coming at you sideways, doing all these little treacherous, weird ass things. I can't. So don't let these things zap you energetically from enjoying what's to come. And I'm going to say it one more time. She does not want you reminiscing about the effery. A lot of these people are about to miss out. So I know whoever I'm speaking to, you're like, what is going on? Like, why are these people acting like this? And we're going to get into that because I feel like some of you are asking about a specific person. If that is not you, asking about specific people that are doing weird things, that is driving you up the wall. If you have not been distracted or needing a message from your grandmother or your father, then this is not your message. No worries. There are plenty of other messages. Capiche? So let's jump in. Oh, wait, hold on. Hi. Hello. I'm your bestie on the internet. I am your favorite YouTuber. I am your cosmic cheerleader. I am your fairy godmother. I am your spiritual accountant. Let's jump in because, oh my gosh, there's so much. People are really trying to observe you like you are this hybrid. This reminds me of the Marvel movie Kraven Hunter, the superhero guy that plays Kick-Ass in that one movie. He plays the Kraven Hunter in this Marvel movie. And Russell Crowe is his dad. And he takes him and his brother hunting when they're little. Like, you got to be a fighter. You got to be a hunter. You got to be like me, a mobster. And he doesn't want to shoot this lion. And tries to save his brother. But he gets snatched up by this lion. And then he has like these superpowers. I don't want to spoil the movie for those of you that haven't seen it. But it's on Netflix. But he has like these superpowers, which make him, I don't know, like a lion, but also a spider monkey, and he's just very hard to hurt. This is how people look at you. They are very jealous of the few relationships that you have. You are bringing a lot of envy. Green, puns intended. You are bringing out a lot of envy in people. Because what you have is real. And what's sad is these people don't know you like that. Because what might look easy to them could be hell on earth for you. They don't know your relationship. They don't know your family dynamic. They don't know what you go through, the ins and outs of how you have to keep a tight ship. You can't let anyone be running amok, talking crazy, disrespecting you. You have to be very blunt and straightforward. That people have to be clear with their intentions. So when these people come at you and you're like, first of all, who said that you could approach me? First of all. Second, what do you want? I also channeled a message. Somebody's grandmother here is saying, be careful with just hanging out with men. This is for my women listening. Be careful if you are single and there are men that just want to blaze, okay? They just want to smoke and have you come over. They don't want to take you on a date. They just want to hook up. They don't want to be friends with benefits. Be careful with that. When they say, do you want to blaze or do you want to hang out? And for what? What plans do you have for me? For what? Be very careful. So this is an era where your grandmother is saying people are really trying to scientifically, in the lab, mad scientists, janky at most, figure out what you are truly up to, because it seems like you have this undying love. People give you their unwavering loyalty and undying love, and it's a real fictional story in their head. They're not really acquainted with what's going on and what's reality, but you are showing people that you are a baddie or a zaddy, that you are this divine feminine or this divine masculine. Your frequency is getting these weirdos really obsessed with you. So your grandmother wants you to tighten up, whether you're dating, whether these are your neighbors, whether this is your family, your coworkers, whatever it is. She's saying tighten it up because you know what it is. There's a reason why you retreat often, because a lot of people out here, they cheat. You are a human calculator. You are a human detective. Oh my gosh, the words. You detect a lot of BS, and your grandmother is challenging you to stop doubting that. To stop doubting that you don't see what you see when you do. You are scary accurate for a reason. Your grandmother is saying don't go down any rabbit holes, don't get too distracted, don't do any crazy forms of escapism, because good stuff is on the way. You are about to be extremely satisfied, feeling like, oh, life approves me for once, because you are a chosen one. So the people that are haunted by you, you might be like, what do they want, and how are they actually perceiving me? Your grandmother wants to give you the confirmation that this is in fact how these people are perceiving you. They are haunted by the fact they feel like you have more bands than you let on. There are people that want a piece of this or feel like they are entitled to this, which is crazy to me. Somebody is haunted by the fact that they're supposed to be the rich one. They're supposed to be the ones with their ish all the way together. And they want to know, like, where you got your bands from. Where have you been stacking bread? How have you been stacking it? Like, really, they want to know, did you do something illegal? Did somebody give it to you? They want to know where you're investing your money. Where did this luxury come from? They feel like you're trying to keep it on the low, but it's oozing out of your pores. You are giving, I deserve the finer things in life. Don't step to me. About assets and not liabilities. Because you are seeing a lot of people out here, because your grandmother said that they're trying to flex hard on you. When you're about your assets, asset protection, not having liabilities. Car payment, liability. Renting could also be a liability. Credit cards, liabilities. Those things aren't assets. So you're working on what you invest in. You're working on your investment portfolio, or you are saving for something, and it ain't none of their business. Oh, I'm hearing that song. If she want to take a guy home with me tonight. Oh, wait. If I want to take a guy home with me tonight, it's none of your business. And if she want to be a freaking selling on a weekend, it's none of your business. And you shouldn't get into who I'm giving kids to. It's none of your business. Now, if I mess up any of those words, I apologize. It's been a minute or 6 since I've heard that song, but I just channeled that. So you better let me know in the comments. Now, there's more things. Okay, there's so much. Oh my gosh, there's so much. You seem like you're a celebrity and you're trying to hide it. They want to know. There are a lot of people lusting for what you have. They're lusting for you while thinking that they're the prize. Or they feel like you're in a relationship that is unobtainable, and there's a lot of, if you are in that happy relationship where you are the exception and not the rule, where every man cheats, every woman cheats, everyone's theory on cheating and relationships and marriages, but you seem like y'all are the exception to that, people are very jealous of you. And they have no idea how hard you have to work on your relationship. No idea. Because I'm hearing something. If they can't be, this could be one of your theories in life. If they can't deal with me when I'm having health issues, if they can't deal with me when I'm going through it, if they can't handle me at my worst, they do not deserve me at my best. Not saying that you're a Build-A-Bear, but you're not going to build a man either, or necessarily build a woman, whatever it is, whatever resonates. And it's like if they can't handle you when things are hurting you or you're going through it, like let's say there's health issues, for instance. That's what I can think of off the top of my head. And if they can't handle that, then they can't handle a pregnancy. They can't handle a child. If they need full on attention, do you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. If they can't handle attention being over here because you have to take care of yourself, you're worried or you're sick, they cannot handle a pregnancy where there's going to be hormonal ups and downs. They cannot handle a child and, the postpartum and the 6 weeks after where you got to be careful. They're not going to be there for that, because what they lust for is what they see on OF. What they lust for is what they see on the internet or what they see on the TV screen. Like it's not comparable. Real relationships at work are work. Not because they need to be work, but because as time goes by and you go through things, there needs to be a lot of communication. Like, hey, this is how I'm feeling and I need you to help pull some weight. Or this is how I'm feeling, I need you to pull some weight. You're not always going to be a buck. You're not always going to be 1,000% to do everything and be everything for everyone. But if that person cannot hold on while it's bad, like you've had to hold on when it's bad for them, you better tighten it up. Okay, I don't know why I'm thinking of a pepper cracker, cracked pepper, but you know what I'm saying. Tighten it up. Tighten it up. Freaking A. People are clocking that you're a lot more inspirational than you actually lead on. Why might that be? Because a lot of people aren't going to take your advice. So why give it? Why even waste your breath? When they're out here simping and falling all over, or they're women focused or they're men focused, and their ambition is out the window because they just want to roll all over the ground for their person instead of having their own ambitions, having their own things that they like doing, their own interests or hobbies or extracurricular activities. So if you guys are in a happy relationship, or that is what it appears to other people, then they think, oh my gosh, that's what a soulmate is. That is what love at first sight is. Oh my gosh, it's unexplainable. Everyone thinks that they can just go buy that at the store. Like, on what planet can you go buy real love at the store? It's not happening. Your grandmother is giving you full permission to stunt like your daddy on your daddy's worst or best day, whichever one is more intimidating, because these people play way too much. Your grandmother is saying there is a lot of jealousy over the life that you're leading right now, because your grandmother is bringing you incredible blessings. Right now, you are safe to move towards your train of big happy changes. You are safe to embody the Wheel of Fortune. You are safe to give life. Someone here is becoming the Empress. You are maybe trying to get pregnant or becoming pregnant, or you are pregnant. Let me know in the comments. And these blessings are coming in swift. And so many people are trying to mess with you right now. You have full permission to stunt like your daddy, okay? I cannot. Think about, these people are messing with you. Would they do that to your daddy? Your father? I think not. I think not. And some of the characteristics you might want in a partner is them when they're protecting you, when it's like on mode, is like your father, protecting you like your father would. And I know a lot of us didn't have perfect fathers. It was not always sunshine and roses. And sometimes we try to put some of those moments on a pedestal or remember the good about them. But your grandmother is saying you have greatness in your DNA for a reason. And you're going to do far better than your ancestors. So yeah, your ancestors are cheering you on right now, and justice is being restored. I am speaking to someone who has been through a lot in the last year. A lot. Down and out, depressed, not knowing like what is going to happen, if you were going to be okay, because you were going through some life lessons and challenges that you had never been through before. Maybe you're used to going through an issue and then being able to like fix it. And some of the things you were going through, you were not able to easily just fix or wrap up in a bow or quick and be done with it. You're like, what? Oh, I don't know how to fix this. So now you're going through your shackles being released. Okay. Your grandmother has the key and is saying, you're free. You are free to love yourself, to be more confident, to be giddy, to be happy. There is so much justice coming in. The scales are being balanced. You are going to be seeing in every situation that you are safe in, that you will be able to challenge authority. Okay? In every situation, because I feel like you have people in a position of authority try to challenge you a lot. A lot. But your grandmother is saying, guess what? Sweetie, honey, love bug, pumpkin. They need you a lot more than you need them. They have been recently put in positions of justice where they need you way more than you need them. So if you thought, oh my gosh, they're going to put me on the street, they're going to fire me, they're going to break up with me, whatever it is, whoever this is to you that is acting a fool, your grandmother is saying, you are the giver of life. You are the wheel of fortune. You can do what it does. You are not shackled here. They need you more than you need them. And if you are meant to be there, you will be protected there while you stand on business, while you tighten it up. Your youth is being restored. Not only will you get to be youthful and playful and have more laughter in your life, which is what you've been really wanting. You're like, I just want some freaking stinking joy. I'm done with this soul-sucking shenanigans. I'm done with the effery. And she doesn't want you reminiscing on the effery of it all. She wants you to remember that your strength was tested and you succeeded and that you always land on top. Hello. Hello. So your grandmother wants to remind you of your alchemy, how you are the magician. You turn pain into mother effing roses. They're like, oh my gosh, that looks sad. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you're going through that. Like, ew. Are you the only one that knows how to transmute? Guess so. I guess so. You know how to transmute pain. And you've been through a lot of painful things. So you emanate this light. You need to remember how dangerously untouchable you are. Your grandmother wants you to know that you just have so many psychic abilities that you need to trust yourself more in your psychic abilities, because maybe sometimes you think you're being judgmental, like, oh, I can tell that's not going to work out, or they don't really like each other, or whatever it is. Your grandmother is saying, like, you're clocking these things correctly, you are reading it correctly, and you are allowed to stay ready. Like, let's say you hear everybody always gets effed around on. So maybe you're terrified to get married. Stay ready. So even if they want to F around, they want to not be the one, you're ready. You feel me? So you are stepping into your alchemy. You are being released from your shackles of the things that have been weighing heavy on your mind. And you're going to be sitting at the top of the Wheel of Fortune and being in Empress mode. And it's coming in swifter than you could ever imagine. It's like being in a whole rut and then blinking and being like, wait, it's over? Wait, it's over? And that's why people feel like you got way more good stuff going on than you let on. And I'm sorry, I'm keeping it private. I'm not sharing it with anybody because people always want to rain on your parade. Whoever you're dealing with, bestie, best friend, this person wants to feel connected to others. You can sense this. They're thirsty or desperate to want to connect to other people, but you're not going to make that your problem. Do you know what I'm saying? And especially because this person doesn't use their psychic abilities, they don't use their intuition to see what's toxic. They're always making the toxic choice. They're always acting like, oh, I'm blind to what's really going on in front of me. That ain't going to be me. Like delusional to a place that is dangerous. And you don't want to be around people that are delusional to a place that is dangerous. You're like, let me just back up over here. On top of that, these people aren't as grateful as you. You might think that some of them are like, oh, well, they've had to be somewhat grateful to get some of the things that they have, but they're not. These people are actual people pleasers in recovery, maybe, that hold on to a lot of resentment because they don't speak their mind. So your grandmother is saying, be careful around people pleasers that also get uncomfortable and then they do things out of spite because they have this resentment towards you. Your grandmother is going to be showing you people that have obvious resentment that they have been trying to hide. Tighten it up. You got to be strict. Be strict. Doesn't mean that you're a penny pincher too. Doesn't mean that you're a little crybaby too. Doesn't mean any of that. It just means you have standards. They should go find some too. On top of that, you can see that these people are about to get robbed. Robbed blind. Because, I don't know, they just live in Delulu town. Some of these people were your hidden enemies. Your grandmother is saying some of these people were your hidden enemies. And some of them were hidden enemies that were like acquaintances, and then some of them are your arch nemesis. You know what I'm saying? Their relationships don't hold value. So this tells me one of the main things that people are really envy about you are the relationships that you hold and the respect that people have towards you. Respect that your clients have, or your followers have, or your customers have, or that your friends or your loved ones have. They're like, where's all that respect come from? Like, you didn't buy it, you earned it. You kept people in line. And now it's time to tighten it up once again. You can see that this person's carrying around a lot of burdens and they don't want to share them all. And then when they do share them, they're mad that they did. Like, you're judging them, and you're not judging them. You're trying to relate to them. Like, hey, I've been through that too. But then they're mad that you know. So it's like, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. These people feel trapped. You can see that they feel trapped. Like, they're going above their means, and they're stretching it, and you're like, I wouldn't do that if I were you, but I'm just going to be over here minding my business. And it's sad, but they're going to be dealt with. Your grandmother is saying, like, don't cry too many tears for these people. They were going to try to make your life hard. And that always happens to us as chosen ones. People are really nice to us in the beginning. They don't see us as a threat because they think we're less than. They're like, oh, look at them all struggling and shit. Like, they don't got anything. So, like, it's fine. They can't do anything. Like, it'll take them a really long time. But you evolve faster than most. So you probably watched my last message. Like, you have this, well, it was one of the last couple messages. You have this savage evolution that people can't handle. They're like, they feel like they blinked and then you were doing better than ever. Like, what's wrong with that? So I see you getting your sparkle back and just being ignited. Like, I feel pretty. Oh, so pretty. Like, Maybe you don't even like musicals, but you're like, I would be in one today. I would be in one today. You and your person, for those of you that are Buddha, that person could be your best friend and your communication is pretty good. But just because your communication is pretty good, your grandmother's saying you can still work on that. And that is something that you're probably already working on, because people get busy in life. They get promoted, or they have to work more, or, life changes. You have children. You've got to take care of these children. So the responsibilities, like, sometimes when men are cheating, for example, they're like, oh, I just want to hang out with this person, that person that has nothing, okay? The girl that has nothing but like one nice bag, and because you haven't built anything with her. You haven't built a life with her yet. So I'm glad that she's your peace and she's your calm, and you just want to let her go be your freaking therapist. Like, have at it. This is what your grandmother means. Tighten it up. If that is you, or if you feel like once upon a time you had a really good relationship or marriage and now you're like, I don't know what the frick this is, but I'm not having it. I am not having it. It is time to tighten it up. I don't know why I keep doing that motion, but it's funny. Anyways, but yeah, don't reminisce on the effery. Listen to the wise counsel of your grandmother. She doesn't want you to be reminiscing on like, oh my gosh, I shouldn't have had a baby with so and so. I shouldn't have been hooking up with who and who. No. So if this person's your best friend, I see you still working on communication skills, because like, for instance, maybe they've been venting to you a lot, but by the time you go to vent, it's crickets and you're talking to a brick wall. We ain't having that. Tighten up. Okay. There are people that are watching you. They feel like they have receipts on you. They feel like they've been trying to clock your routine or your lifestyle, because people out here are trying to be better than the Joneses, and they're going broke trying to pretend. Okay. They're either simping on someone and they're like, oh my gosh, I'll buy you whatever you want. And they don't know what it takes to sustain a real relationship. They don't know what it takes to sustain a long-lasting relationship. And it ain't simping. It ain't being a doormat. It's not being a people pleaser. We as women, for instance, we have to be really, really strict, because these men out here will have us taking care of them. No. Or they're very lustful and they say all men cheat. Okay, cool. If all men cheat, I'm not the one. I will turn into Lorena Bobbitt real freaking quick. I am not the one. Not any day of the week. So all y'all men on the internet, everybody cheats. Why can't people just break up with people? You don't like someone anymore? Cool. All my women out there. Okay, this is like a side rant. All my women out there. Don't be out here taking care of the man, giving him all your money, going broke, and not having anything to leave with. You need to have lots to leave with if you want to leave. You need to be in this relationship because you want it, not because you need it. Not because you need it. You need to have 3, 5, 6, 8 bank accounts if you want to. You need to be taking some of his money and putting that in that bank account, and you stacking your own money and putting it in your bank account, because when you are building a life together, that is what you're doing. And when people think that they can just riddle me what, poof, disappear, and go have an emotional affair, now my best friend. So yeah, there are people that are looking at your happy life, your happy relationship, your happy marriage, your happy single life, and they are so envious because they have kids, they have baby daddies, they have ex-spouses, they have child support, they have all types of debt. And so they're out here trying to build a life like a bear to make it look better than yours. People genuinely out here wanting their milkshake to look better than yours. But they have no idea that things can change at the flip of a dime. Is that how they say it? I don't freaking know. Things can change really quick. And as they change, you're ready. You stay ready. You've learned a lot of lessons from all the karmics that you've dated. You've learned a lot of lessons from all the karmics that you've watched your friends date. You see the writing on the wall. It doesn't matter who's dating who. The people that are coming after you specifically, you see the writing on the wall for them. Whether they're single, married, whatever they're doing. Your grandmother wants to tell you that what you have been thinking and what you've been seeing is people are living beyond their means and they want some of yours. People are living beyond their means and they want to be better than you. People out here, when they're in relationships, they should be bringing life to the situation, not one person looks like they're glowing and the other person looks like they're unaliving, that their light is draining. And whoever you're with, because you are very selective, there's always a light above you. There's always a light shining above you because people can see that you're brilliant. You're always sparking or igniting with new ideas, and they can see this on your face. They want to know more, and you ain't telling them shit, okay? Your grandmother is bringing in a pay raise, a promotion, or a windfall, so be ready. Now, the people that have been coming at you sideways, you can see that they're ruining their life. Are you going to get in their way and stop them? No, because they have to live and figure it out. They probably wouldn't listen anyways. You know what I'm saying? They probably wouldn't listen anyways. But they are risking their neck, their foot, their neck. They're risking all of it to simp or throw all their feelings on the grill and say, this is how I feel. But you can see that there's going to be a breakup. You can see if this is your friends and their exes, you're like, that ain't going to work. They're not going to listen to me. Because you know how like when our friends or acquaintances are constantly doing the same thing, if we tell them, it's going to be our fault. Not the dipshit's fault, but our fault. So let's not reminisce on the effery and let's just keep our nose out of it. But you need to know that you're right. Your grandmother is saying you can sense that that's not going to work out. This is something you're really good at clocking. Relationships, people's finances. If you didn't think you could clock people's finances, you were able to read people's private thoughts, their awkwardness, what they're hiding. You can see clearly what people are trying to hide if you give them a second or two. Like, it's kind of odd. Are you like me? Are you a body language expert? Do you study human behavior? Are you into psychology and sociology? Because let's talk. I love that ish. You can tell who in the relationship is simping and who is loving themselves and just loving all the adoration and has more than one suitor. You can see how things are going to end badly, but you've learned from other friendships, I'm just going to keep my mouth shut. I'll let them vent when they need to vent, but I'm just going to keep my mouth shut because this will somehow be my fault. As they do the hokey pokey in and out of this relationship, they will make it my fault. And then they will try to make it appear on social media or in front of others like, we've been gravy, we've been good the whole time. Our relationship is so amazing. And you know better. Your grandmother wants you to know you can see who the real Karens are. You can see who they are. You can see when people really want to troll you, when they really don't like you. You are able to see people's private thoughts about you. You can tell when somebody is going to ghost somebody else by the awkwardness and the things that are unsaid. So I feel like this is the people that are coming towards you, and it's part of the justice. They thought they could do things that were slick and rude and disrespectful and very intrusive. Your grandmother is saying some of the things that they're doing is very intrusive. So part of the justice is them being in debt, them having to F around and find out, them being sad from their person leaving them, like, oh, I didn't see it coming. These people want to build into power couples, and they wouldn't even know where to start with 2 hands and a map. When people look at me and my husband like, oh my gosh, I should have that, I should be that, I should have... You wouldn't last a day over here. We've been through some things, okay? Because our families are, life is a boopity beep. We have been through some things, 11:11 on the clock, and they wouldn't last a day. It is about the person that you care about and getting through the very hard things with, and then always keeping open communication about where you're really at. Like, hey, bestie, hey, lover, hey, I am at 60% today, okay? I don't got 1,000% to give to Peter, Paul, Bobby, whoever. So I'm warning you now. I'm 2 seconds away from a meltdown, but if he's really your person or she's really your person, they can clock it when they walk in the door. I'm going to have to give my person some extra love today because they look like they're 2 seconds away from a meltdown. It is about doing a tango and doing a dance. We are always metaphorically doing a tango with people we like and people we don't like. So it's very important to communicate about maybe what you want that tango to look like. We have unpaid bills. Your grandmother is saying you can clock when people aren't paying their bills. If smelling is one of your, like clairs, like clairsentient or clairvoyant, claircognizant, clairaudient. If smelling is one of your things, like you can sniff things out. Or you will smell certain things. And I feel like you can smell things spiritually. So let me know in the comments if that is one of your spiritual gifts. You can see when people are playing mind games. So I feel like your grandmother's just warning you like, hey, people are going to be playing a lot of mind games. They're going to be doing really weird things. There's going to be some thirst traps. Oh, okay. Thank you, Holy Spirit. There are going to be some thirst traps to try to get you to look over here. Look, we're so happy. Or look, I'm so happy. You should have went out with me. Or look how desirable I am. I'm seeing that a lot of people are going to be thirst trapping around you. Like you give an F. You really don't. People are going to be thirst trapping like it's a humble brag. Huh? So yeah, you have one person, maybe 4. I don't know. You got some people that are trying to act like I'm just humbly minding my business and you know better. They are humbly wanting a bunch of attention. You can see who in the relationship is acting fake, who is holding on by a thread, and who is looking for the nearest exit. You can tell by their body language, by the things that they say and don't say. You can, like, I can tell what people do with their lips, with their eyes, with their hands, which way their feet are pointed. Like, I can clock pictures. I be knowing stuff, okay? And when people are trying to obstruct themselves, like sometimes when you see these like courtroom cases, like Jodi Arias, for instance, she's like glasses on. I actually saw her in jail. That's another story for another day. But anyways, when she was on trial, she had her glasses on. Oh my gosh, I am the babysitter. It's giving Gone Girl. Okay, I'm the meek little babysitter. I would never hurt a fly. Trying to obstruct, like, don't look at me too hard. These glasses are going to kind of protect my eyes from wherever they're looking. Then we have her, on top of having the glasses on, blocking her face, like, but you see her eyebrow raised. You don't see any tears falling, and you kind of see her smiling. She's a whole psychotic situation. But I'm not even going to get into that. Again, we will save that for another day. Keep silent. Your grandmother is saying, good things are on the way. And you can feel the heat when you go outside. That people are like, wow, what is that? Wow. Because you are stepping up your game. The people that wanted to make you feel bad, they wanted to drain you, you are tightening it up. You're like, oh yeah, they really don't care about me. They really want to use me. They really don't want me doing better than them. These people are like, I mean, you're doing good. Okay, cool. You weren't doing that great when I met you, but now you're doing better than me. Hold up. Yeah. I don't know what people these are that think that they can run amok like that they can bring you down. It's not going to happen. You've come too far to even. So your grandmother is saying that these people are, or you're going to have a lot of people feeling basic around you. So this is why she wants you to tighten up, because people are going to be projecting, acting like they're God, they're the judge, they're the jury, and they need to stay in their lane. They're going to be talking all about themselves, flexing, being insincere, boasting, arrogant, thirst trapping. I'm telling you guys, I cannot wait to talk to you guys in the comments, because I know some people are doing some really weird things. And that's another thing. The justice is going to be doing what it's supposed to do. Yeah. These people are going to be dealing with court issues, legal issues. Some of them are going to be in jail. Some of them are going to owe more money. It's going to be never ending if they don't do right by what they should be doing. So even if you feel like some of these people are getting away with poking at you and trying to rile you up, the karma is going to be savage. The justice will be savage. So again, you have people out here clocking that you have more than you let on. So they're trying to emulate this while trying to like knock you out of the way. And some of them are trying to siphon your finances or your money. And that's like, ew. So they're dealing with karma. They're going to be dealing with legal issues. You have figured it out. You've predicted that they're dealing with these things, that they're struggling financially, and that they're struggling emotionally, that they're struggling in relationships. So you've been trying to steer clear of people that clearly seem triggered by you. There are also people struggling with being a parent. Okay, struggling with being a parent. Like, this could be your ex. Okay, maybe your ex doesn't want to pay child support anymore or doesn't want to help out, and he's acting like, oh my gosh, being a parent is so hard. I just need you to take care of me. And y'all are not even together. What? So people want to smash this beautiful light that is like this halo over your head. And they know you're full of bright ideas. You're really good at being in the trenches, but doesn't mean that these people belong in the trenches with you. And if they could get out of the trench themselves and leave you behind because they have grass is greener syndrome, trust and believe they'd be doing that. I can't with these people. All because you're a bad one. You can also clock people that are hiding things on their phones. So in the last message, we kind of talked about you being able to see kind of what people are thinking or what they're trying to plot or what they think they can get away with. And now I'm seeing that you see a whole lot more. You can sense the future or predict the future about what people plan to do. I don't know how to explain that. So like, let's say you have a friend and she's dating this new guy. You can tell that he's on a dating app still. You just know. Or you can tell he's watching things that he shouldn't on his phone. You are able to predict who is reliable and who is not. It might be kind of a defense mechanism, but you are able to clock who is really for the streets. Now, because you are leveling up, bestie, because you are leveling up, people are really starting to act like trash, and it's disappointing to you. You're like, wow. Some of these people, you thought they were better than that. You just assumed that they were better than that. But their situations and their circumstances have changed. So you are starting to see a different side of people because their circumstances have changed, because the karma is doing what it does. The justice is doing what it does. There's no more, I'm out here acting bougie. It's, I can't afford it. They want the finer things, but they can't. But they want to throw that in your face. But they don't have it. And you can see that. You can also clock that they're one moment away from a nervous breakdown. You have some people very uncomfortable because they always thought that they were going to be way further than you. Okay, so this is like your neighbor always having the good life, like always having the nicest car and the nicest things, and then going through a really bad situation with their spouse or their girlfriend or whatever, and then their whole life, you know? And then they're looking at you like, why do you have that? Well, I was never looking at you like why you had that. I was happy for you, but I guess I'm not anymore. Now they want to give you the finger. You're like, what? What is wrong with you? Now they want to beef with you. And they want to lie to you. So people, your grandmother is saying that, I know it can seem confusing why people want to cross this line with you when you're minding your own business, but they are going to be crossing that line. And maybe because you're like, I'm not a gangster anymore, I'm a healer, I'm keeping it classy, cutesy, demure, it might make you spiral on the inside, like you want to punch somebody. But your grandmother is saying, do not go too far down a rabbit hole of madness to reminisce on their effery. Tighten up and put it where it goes the first time. She's saying it does not matter if this person is in a position of authority, if they're your boss, if it's whatever it is. Because if you are, your grandmother is saying, if you are meant to be there, you will be protected. Because you are able to stand up for yourself without being a bitch. You're allowed to stand up for yourself without, you don't have to do anything crazy. You can ask why. If somebody wants to make a joke like, oh my gosh, you're so this, you're so that, like, oh, you're so bougie, why are you saying that? I'm sorry, can you repeat that again? Can you say that one more time? They're like, what? Yeah, can you say that one more time? Oh, okay. I know you don't know what class is. I know that you don't know how to not run your mouth, but don't ever talk to me that way again. Don't ever talk to me that way again. And walk away. That'll probably be the last time you see them. Like, I feel like it's going to be people in a position of some authority that are going to try to throw wrenches in your plans, wrenches in your happy life. And what does that tell me? If these people were really out here gallivanting, being so freaking happy, why are they acting so damn miserable? Because I'm sorry, happy people don't have time to try to build their happiness on other people's misery or just being mean or trying to steal or trying to be intrusive or trying to be a whole D-bag. Your grandmother wants you to be proud of the rock bottoms that you've had to surrender to. Your grandmother wants you to be proud of the rock bottoms that you've had to surrender to. I know the last time I went to jail, that was a rock bottom that I felt so ashamed and embarrassed, like, I shouldn't be here. And then I was like, no, wait, I deserve to be here. I deserve to rot in here because I just thought that I could pump fake God, like, I'll get sober. Just kidding. And God was like, oh, really? Boop. Boop. Look where you're at now. How do you like me now? I was like, oh, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. So you let your rock bottoms show you, okay, let's not go back down that road. And now your map, your blueprint is shifting. So where you maybe thought your life was going to be 10 years ago, you know that, like, you're so proud of yourself that you've made so many changes. That's why you are always savagely evolving. Then we have listening. You are a good listener, but what your grandmother wants me to tell you is people need to listen to you. There are some people that you care about that could do a better job listening, and you need to tighten up that they can't just trauma dump on you. They can't just tell you everything under the sun, and then when you go to say something, they don't listen and they shut down. Your grandmother wants you to make sure that people are listening, or you show them through action, not you need to listen to me and da 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 da. You're not their therapist. You put a jar out. Okay? You put a freaking jar out and say, "Oh, did you think this was your therapy session?" It's not. And if you do, you need to put some money in there. Until then, until you're going to have a therapy session for me, or 5, I'm going to be over here. Bye. You are in these situations because you want to be, not because you have to be. So show them like your daddy would. Get ready for peaks of joy. Like, even though we have to be tough sometimes, we have to give people tough love. It's for their betterment, okay? It's for the betterment of the relationship, the betterment of the family. It's what's better. And they will get on board if they want to stick around. And then we have stuck in the mud and storm fields. She wants you to steer clear of the people that are trying to bring you into their storm. They're like, "Oh, it's not that bad over here. Come closer." You're like, No. You know that you will get stuck in the mud. If you go down that rabbit hole, if you get too mad, you will be energetically zapped. You will easily be energetically zapped by these people that are no good for you, that are secretly envious of you. So she really wants you to be careful with that. Okay, Holy Spirit, is there anything else? You might be concerned for some of these people because, again, position of authority. They could be your boss. They could be somebody that, I don't know. You might be concerned for them because they're just doing some really weird things. Like, are they okay? For some of you, this could be your family. Or you don't like how they're trying to affect your family time, your family dynamic, your family money, your family investments. Yeah, because they're giving poverty. Their expectation is, "Oh, it looks like you're taken care of, so take care of me too." What? What? They fully feel entitled to what you have. That I will never wrap my brain around. If I see somebody walking past me, I don't feel entitled to what they've worked on. Just because I'm a pushover and I can't say what I mean, I'm resentful, I don't feel entitled to what they have going on. This is what you're dealing with right now. It's crazy. Again, you're dealing with people that are trapped that aren't really happy. They're like, "Oh, everything's gravy over here." You're like, "It's not though. I can tell. This is what bliss looks like. This ain't what bliss looks like." They could even be falsifying documents, information. Ooh, okay. I heard fluffing up numbers. You guys could be dealing with people that they've been fluffing up numbers. They could be getting in trouble with the law. There are certain things going on that, like, you're sensing. You're like, you're doing something real bad and shady, so please stay over there. Yeah, this is somebody that might say hello to you often, and you're like, "Please, I'm really good." Oh my gosh, I have thief. It's somebody that tries to say hello to you, smiles in your face, whole time they want to take your place, backstabbers. They try to say hello to you while they're stealing, while they're siphoning, while they're taking things that are not theirs. There's also some envy around you being the walking love spell. People just think, "Oh, you're pretty, so like you can get more. I'll just take this." This would be like a coworker at work being like, they have plenty of perfume in their bag, or they have plenty of lotion in their bag, so it's fine if I take some. What? Says who? Or Becky's cubicle always has snacks in it, so it's not going to matter if I take a bag of chips. You can't ask. So let's say you see people taking things that are not theirs, and you're just shocked by the audacity that they have to take something that's not theirs, not ask, not apologize, and then try to do it again. That's coming to an end. That is coming to an end. Your grandmother is saying that is just gonna rock you in a different type of way. That could be one of your pet peeves, like stealing. No, absolutely not. I don't know who these people think they are. They can just... Whoa. Your grandmother is saying people are so surprised that, like, you're the star. So they think, like, oh my gosh, this reminds me of that bling, the ring bling, that group of kids that was, like, stealing from Paris Hilton and, like, all these celebrities, like, back in the day. I don't know if it was, like, 08, 09, but they were like, oh, they have all of this Chanel and they have all of this money and, like, these sunglasses and we can take this, it's fine. They have enough of it. You're in somebody else's home. Them being rich or not, like, who are you? Like, that's crazy. That is crazy. And I know some of us have we've fallen on hard times and we've done some things that we're not proud of, but now you're leading a different life. And when people do that to you, you're like, wow, obviously they must need it more than I do, but it doesn't mean I'm going to let them do it again. So your grandmother is saying you will be protected in the things that you have to address in this new era. This is your time to shine. And she doesn't want people, like, it's so intrusive to me that these people are like, they look like they're doing really well, so I'm going to take this from them. That is disgusting. Okay, it's just my opinion. But if you're my bestie and you're doing well, I'm not going to be like, oh, she's not going to care if I take these sunglasses. She's not going to care if I just, like, take these shoes over here. Like, she's not going to care. I would never do that. And you got people that are trying to actively do that in big ways and in small ways. So when you feel like you need to lock it up, you need to tighten it up, you feel like you need to go to the store with less on you, listen to your intuition. Your grandmother is trying to warn you. And yeah, it's time for you to stunt like your daddy. You get this, I don't want to say bravado. It's like you get this kind of masculine energy. Sometimes you have to get real masculine with the people that want to try some stuff. I'll just say that. But I love you guys so much. Let me know what's going on in the comments. Don't forget to smash the you-know-what, hit the bell, duh. If you claim this message, hype up this video. All important links are in the description box. There will be some new messages on Patreon, so be checking your notifications. Everything on Patreon is ad-free, and it is only $11.11 a month, so it is a perfect content to binge watch. Okay, what am I forgetting? I know I'm forgetting something. Don't forget to drop what celebrity you would compare your father to. And yeah, I'm just sending you guys big hugs, and I'll see you guys in the comments or the next one. Bye, guys.